Her message arrived minutes before the wedding march. Just one line. Just enough to fracture something inside me. Don't make a scene today. Just follow my lead. I stared at it, unable to breathe. It wasn't the words, it was the tone. Polished, distant, rehearsed. A tone she only used with people she didn't respect. I should have sensed something then. The sudden stiffness in her voice that morning. The way she avoided looking at me while her makeup artist praised my calm energy. The way her mother kept whispering to her, eyes cutting toward me like I wasn't supposed to be here. But I brushed it off, because we were minutes away from saying forever. Because love makes you blind in the exact places betrayal needs you to be. The hall doors opened. The ceremony music softened into something elegant, too elegant for us. Her family stood with smiles that didn't touch their eyes. Mine stood quietly in the back, unsure of their place. And then she did it. When I tried to sit beside her, my wife, my bride, she leaned in, her perfume sharp, suffocating, and whispered, "Not here. Go sit in the guest section." I froze. A full, silent second where every rational thought inside me shattered. Then she turned and smiled at her ex, the rich one, the one she swore meant nothing, and said, "You deserve this seat more." He smirked, sat beside her like he'd always belonged there. Her family laughed softly. Mine looked at me like they had already failed to protect me. So I got up, fixed my suit, smoothed my tie, and calmly said, "Carry on." They thought I had swallowed the humiliation. They thought that was the end. It was only the beginning. The humiliation didn't hurt as much as the tone she used with him. Warm, familiar, almost relieved. A tone she hadn't used with me in months. Something had been off. I had felt it in the way she kept her phone face down, even at dinner. In the long work calls that ended when I entered the room. In the quiet shift of her affection. Still present, but hollow, like she was performing the role of love instead of living it. But I rationalized everything. People change under wedding pressure. Stress makes hearts heavy. Doubts are normal. Still, the fracture grew. I remembered nights when she fell asleep as I sat beside her, tracing her face in the dim light, whispering promises she didn't whisper back. I remembered the way she flinched, once, just once, when I said, "I can't wait to spend my life with you." Like the sentence was a chain. I ignored it, because love makes the intelligent foolish, and I have always been intelligent. But that moment at the wedding, her ex beside her, their shoulders almost touching as if rehearsed, brought everything into focus. It wasn't sudden, it wasn't impulsive, it was a design, a plan that needed me blind and obedient, and I was done being either. I began quietly, the way I handle everything that matters. No confrontations, no accusations, just observation. While the ceremony continued, her laughing beside him, pretending I didn't exist, I slipped out the side door. I sent a request for her phone records. I forwarded screenshots from her backup drive to my email. I texted a private investigator whose number I had saved from an older case at work. Not because I expected betrayal, but because betrayal had already declared itself. As the guests toasted and photographers posed them together like some twisted couple, I stood in the back, watching, calculating. My mind was quiet, too quiet. By evening, small details began surfacing. A hotel receipt under her name from a month ago, a deleted chat thread, a bank transfer to an unknown account, her ex liking and deleting her photos at 3 a.m. A pattern, a silent map of disloyalty. Every revelation was a needle pushed deeper into my chest, sharp, precise, but I didn't bleed. I only counted. And when the investigator called at midnight with the words I already knew were coming, I felt nothing, just clarity. The proof arrived in a sealed envelope. Photos, dates, videos. Their messages, intimate, mocking, planning things together while I worked extra hours to build our future. One line from her stood out. He's too calm. He'll never fight back. She wanted safe betrayal, a man who wouldn't explode, a man who wouldn't disrupt her fantasy life. She misunderstood me. I don't explode. I dismantle. I walked into the bridal suite where she was removing her jewelry. She looked up, annoyed, like my presence was a disruption. I handed her the envelope. Open it. She did, slowly. Her face drained color in real time. Her breath hitched. Her hands shook. She whispered my name once, soft, pleading. I didn't respond. Silence is sharper. I didn't yell. Didn't ask why. I simply stepped aside and let her ex walk into the room. He froze when he saw the photos. His name, his messages, his plans to replace me after the ceremony. He looked at her, horrified, as if she had betrayed him. Poetic. Then I spoke, calm even. You two deserve each other. And now everyone outside knows. Because before coming here, I had forwarded the entire file to the wedding organizers, the guests, her family, my family. A single sentence attached. This is why the ceremony is canceled. From outside, the noise began. Confusion, shouting, her mother screaming her name. She sank to the floor, hands in her hair, whispering apologies like they meant something. I walked past her. She tried to grab my wrist. I moved my hand away. Coldly, precisely, like removing dust from a sleeve. As I exited the hall, the crowd stared, some with pity, some with awe, some with the satisfaction of witnessing a downfall that wasn't theirs. I felt nothing. Not anger, not heartbreak, just the steady, liberating quiet of truth. She called my name from behind me, voice cracking, begging me to stop. I didn't. There are moments that define a life. Walking away from a burning building you once called home is one of them. At the door, I paused only once, not to look back, just to adjust my tie. And I realized, the moment she told me to sit with the guests, she forgot one thing. I wasn't the guest. I was the exit. I walked out, and I didn't leave anything of myself behind.